so do I have to do, look at, okay.
7 minutes.
Perfect. Mystery. Something that we don't know. Something that we are afraid of. But yet, somehow something that we are super intrigued about. Women. And that was the first thing that came into my mind when I asked myself this question. What is a mystery? The biggest mystery for me. You know, when I grew up and I became a young adult, let's say a teenager, then I was somehow just distracted. Distracted by computer games, distracted by studying, and distracted by exercising. This is all that I have done in this period of my life. And I felt that, okay, there is something missing. I saw people having fun, and it was just not there for me. And what I did is, okay, I studied, so I get to the best university in Budapest, that is in Hungary. I am from Hungary, by the way. And from there, I got, because of my studies, because of my good grades, to Amsterdam. Now, Amsterdam is not a boring place, if you haven't been there yet. Plus, I was Erasmus there, so that means that I was put in a situation. Well, what was yeah, whatever. So, I was put in a situation where I was with people, I was with a lot of international guys and girls, and I just had to talk to them. And I didn't know how. So there was a Polish guy, now a really good friend, and he lives in Wroclaw, by the way. I visited him today. And he just had pity on me. He said, Gabor, I'm giving you this book, just read it. It was a PDF, so I opened it and it said, The Mystery Method. And it promised me a dummy-proof way of getting any girls into bed, whoever I want. I said, awesome! And this is something that I really want, so let's go for it. And I read it and I started doing what was in the book. And you know, it's about, in case you haven't noticed, pickup, so it's PUA, pickup art. And it teaches you how to mimic the alpha males, that are the males that are on the top of the society, right? And it promises you that because of this mimicking, you will get all the girls that they get. So it's pretty much all of them, because they are rich, they are handsome, etc. Now you cannot mimic being handsome, but there are a few things that you can do. The first thing that is the most basic is to dress up nicely. To dress up nicely and just go out and talk to girls. And you can do it pretty much every day. So that's what I did. And I spent a few years doing this, and it culminated, there was a... Why is that so funny? Please laugh when I tell a joke.
He's imagining himself in that situation.
Sorry?
He's imagining himself in that situation.
Ah, okay, that's Swedish girls, right. Okay, but anyway, so it culminated when I came to Poland 5 or 6 years ago. And I spent pretty much every night just going out. And what happened is 3 things. First is, yeah, I got better with girls. And I like that one. But what I didn't like is the 2 next things. Is that I became sort of an asshole. And all the friends that I used to have before, they didn't like me anymore suddenly. So I have become lonely. And those are the things that these books don't tell you. That okay, maybe you are getting more successful, but you're losing a lot of things. And the second thing that I lost was myself. Because I was just valuing myself based on one thing. And this thing is that how much pussy I get. And yes, it might be funny, but when you are going out and you are unsuccessful, and I was in this situation most of the times, believe it or not, now you can laugh. So yeah, I was in this situation most of the times, and the situation got so bad that at one night I was just walking home, and because I wasn't successful that night, I was just punching myself. but I was literally punching my face, and I gave a small concussion to myself. This is how much I hated myself because I didn't get any girls. So the whole thing, in the end, it was not worth it for me. I wanted to change something. And this period of my life took approximately 1.5 years. And after that, I said, okay, like, this is enough. I want to do something different in my life. I want to make it more colorful. Then I took up a job and I started doing things that came from my heart, that I wanted to do, something that I liked. And that's when I started public speaking, I started singing, I started comedy, I started stand-up. And also dancing, and I brought all these things in my life because I wanted to build a world myself where I could invite people, guys, girls, well, to do all these things together, not necessarily. You know what I mean. So yeah, I was building a better world for myself. That was the bottom line. So, altogether, what I have to give an advice is this. To discover your sexuality and discover women, the other gender, is super important. But if you are dedicating your life only to that, it's going to be empty in the end. So what I want to tell you is not to solve the mystery of women, is to solve the mystery of your life.